This week, Governor Mills signed into law a bill that will move our state forward with offshore wind development. And there are people around our state for and against this push. News Center Maine's Caroline LaCour shares what Mainers are thinking about this project.
I spoke with members of the New England Fishermen's Stewardship Association who say the passage of legislation this week for an offshore wind development is another swipe at stifling the fishing industry. While others say this step will protect workers both on and off the water, dozens are gathering on Bailey Island to stand their ground in opposition.
We'll have real problems coming down the pipeline.
Dozens are planning to meet up on Bailey Island Saturday afternoon, attempting to show their opposition to a new offshore wind development plan.
Not a man or woman fisherman on the coast that agrees that offshore wind development is a good idea.
Jerry Lehman from the New England Fishermen's Stewardship Association tells us over 50 local businesses and stakeholders are set to co-sponsor a Save Our Fisheries fundraiser to send a message that the project will be harmful for local fishers.
You can't tell a fisherman to stop fishing, but what you can do is overregulate him to the point he can't financially go anymore.
But not everyone is opposed to the new developments.
Rather than cross our arms and say, no, we don't want this, we said, how do we want it to happen?
Maine Building and Construction Trades Council President Jason Shedlock says he thinks the project is inevitable and the recent legislation will lay out protections for project workers and fishers, like avoiding important fishing grounds and adding stronger standards for Maine workers.
To make sure that these structures, as the federal government cites them, are sited outside of areas that have the most impact to people that earn their living on the water.
But Lehman says the project could be invasive for fishers' proprietary fishing areas, as well as it's hard to predict the fishing values of the Gulf of Maine for the project's site.
How do we pick the least impactful place when you don't even can tell me the parameters of what we're looking for?
Lehman and others hope today shares a message that fishers are standing their ground to protect the natural resources of the water.
To industrialize our oceans means two opposing forces can't take up the same space at the same time. One of us has got to go.
A lobster boat parade was also a part of today's agenda at the event to show solidarity on the water. Caroline LaCour, News Center Maine.